Hello BMW 1200GS owners, 2008 model. This is the final installment of my sequence of videos on overhauling the starter motor on your bike. And this actually is also maybe the starting point if you want to look at this video before the other ones. So I don't know quite how I'll set that up on YouTube, but this video will include information on how to get the starter motor back together and the tools that you're going to need, so which might mean ordering some. So watch this video first maybe. So the first thing is, has the work I've done made any difference? Well, it has. Ignition on. So it started straight away there, no hesitation, and the bike is quite happy. You remember on the video I did before I started work, and there was a real hesitancy when you first cranked the engine over. That's gone now, so I'm quite happy with that. Sounds much happier. What I forgot to say on the first proper video is, before doing any work on the bike, please remember to disconnect the battery. It's just a sensible precaution. So, please do that. Right, let's go indoors and I'll show you the tools which helped me. Let's close the back door. Which helped me with the reassembly of the starter motor, in particular getting the brushes back into place, because I realised that was going to be a real problem if I didn't find a decent solution. So, but just to say, when working on the starter motor, get yourself some decent nitrile gloves. The inside of the starter motor is full of filthy black carbon dust, and gloves make things easier. Getting the starter motor off the bike, then these are the active grip gloves I use. Make it much easier to grab hold of the starter motor, which was reluctant to come off once I'd removed the retaining bolts. So we did that, and now let's talk about the reassembly of the starter motor, and as I've said, the brushes. The brushes are three components: the carbon brush, a spring, and a housing that it goes into. And you need to have a way of holding the carbon brush inside its housing against the force of the spring, and I used 4 of these, one each. And you can get the put the zip tie around, tighten it up, and it enables you to have each brush unit ready for reinstallation. But what you have to do then is get them in the holding ring, which, okay, this isn't it, but it's a ring like that, and the 4 brushes go in at the opposite points on the ring, and you've got the zip ties on still, but you can't get that assembly over the armature, because the zip ties would go in towards the inside of the armature. So what you need to do before you do that is pop the whole ring assembly over something like this, 30mm tube. This is the top of a some kind of bottle of something, and once you've got the assembly over that, this holds the brushes in place in their in the ring, the holding ring, which means you can then remove the zip ties, and it's all held securely on here. You pop this over the shaft of the armature on the commutator, and the brushes then slip down nicely over the commutator, and you can then remove that. And it was so easy. And I've not found a video on YouTube showing you how to do that. It was just something I had to think up myself, but it works. The other thing just to mention is that I used a 3/8 45mm Torx to get the starter motor off, and it was hard work. So I have invested in a 1/4" drive set of Torx. This goes up to T60. So I found that with the my 1/4" drive Proxen set, it's much easier gaining access to that innermost holding bolt, and they torque up, the two bolts torque up to 19 Newton meters, so not a very great torque, and so a 1/4" drive should be more than sufficient to cope with that torque. So there we go. That is the end of the job, and thank goodness it did make a difference. Otherwise I'd be looking at either getting a new battery and or a new reconditioned starter motor. So doing it myself, I've managed to sort the problem out with very little expense. Okay, hope you found the video instructive and helpful, and happy spannering. Bye for now.